What's up, guys? Can anybody guess what we're doing today? Probably not. Yep. Those of you who thought I would never do it, we're gonna suicide these back doors. Only because I can, and I think it's gonna turn out really badass. So, just got everything gutted out of it. All the window rails, motor, everything. Just completely gutted the door and pulled some of the interior out, all the wiring, everything, and getting this thing ready. There we go. Got some nice tabs mounted up there so I can realign my door as I take it on and off to do the latches and hinges and everything. There's a couple tabs each end of the door. Make sure it's flush all the way around, good gaps. There you go, door's off. Super easy to one-handed by myself. Hinges, factory hinges, hard to come by for these crew cabs, so anybody needs some rear hinges for a crew cab, no sagging them whatsoever. Trying to figure out where to put my latches, or my hinges, sorry. These guys pivot out just like that for your door. You want them as far apart as you can. Good rule of thumb is about the top one in line with your door handle, which is on your body line in these OBSs, and then as far down as you can, which is about the same as factory up front, so somewhere in here. Just find you a good spot in there. Make sure she's pretty level. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna come in here, make a cut, scribe out a good line. Just like that. And then I'll come in here with my grinder and my cutoff wheel. And we'll cut that out. Yeah, like I said, it's the highest possible point you can put these hinges right in there. That actually might be, yeah, I might have to go a little bit lower. I'm looking at this outer pin. I'll fill back in there. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to come this way just a little bit, which is fine. Just have to keep it out of this. So I'm going to use that. Yeah, I'm going to cut this way a little bit more. But at least I have an idea of where it needs to go. Alright, welcome back, guys. Day 2, we're going to start back in on this. See what we can't get done today. As you can see, the gaps are pretty well lined up. The back of the door isn't quite sitting flush yet, so I need to do a little more trimming on the actual door shell to bring this in. Yeah, started to weld everything up and see what we can't get done today. At least get the hinge side done. I don't know if we'll get into the latch today, but we'll try. Alright, got the door off. Just held on by these 2 tabs front and back to align everything back to where it was. You can see I got everything tack welded in there pretty good for the hinges. And gonna get that cleaned up today and do some more work back in here with some bracing. Got a bracing tube in between both of the hinge points. And tie those straight into the B-pillar and keep everything nice and tight. And then, like I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the latch plate today. We'll try something out here for the actual latching tab to come in and hook in on. So something similar to what they got going down here for the factory front latches, just on the back side. So pretty simple. Might even clean that up so it looks good, just because with both doors opening out, this pillar is going to get a lot of attention. So trying to make this nice and clean. Okay, you can see I got the pockets cut out for the hinges in the door. I got the door pockets all ground down, ready for some filler and clean it up. Smooth it all out, put some primer on it, and call it a day. So those are all done. I just need to mount the pockets up on here. These guys right here, I need to mount these guys up onto the hinges, fit them, and then set the door on, level the door, tack these guys in, and weld them up into the door themselves. Sit in there like that. So get those tacked in there, weld it up, and probably throw a brace in there, keep it nice and stiff, weld up the old latch, all the holes that I got back in here, and probably try to do that and call it a day from there. And tomorrow I'll probably do the latch assembly up on the front. So all right, guys. So got everything cut out, everything ready to go. Fits fantastic, gaps are really good all the way around, sits flush. Stick in inside here. You got those hinge plates come in through your door, and they're just gonna get welded right along that seam all the way around, and top and bottom. It's sitting in there nice and flush. This is with the hinges all the way back. Let's see if I can push that. Yep. So those are all the way back. Door's sitting where it should. So that will be perfect. I'll get those tacked in. Once those are tacked in, then I will cut this back tab off and swing the door out. Make sure it clears the cab corner and everything. Make sure everything lines up, make sure it shuts nice and goes back to where it needs to be with all my gaps. And then after that, I will final weld everything in there. And if there is any sag at all in the front when the door opens, I will put a brace in the back. Keep that back nice and stiff. Alright guys, we got the hinge buckets welded into the door. Can remove this back clamp and tabs. And then we're going to open this thing up. There we go. Oh, she dropped a lot. So she did quite a bit of flex in there. Well, there you go. Suicide doors. We open it up and see what she looks like. Oh man, that's sweet, huh? Oh yeah, smooth, perfect. Okay guys, so I realized I didn't show you a whole lot of what I did in here. So when welding in this, you kind of watch me do that. Just make sure it's perfectly level on both edges, as well as back and forth. Then I tacked each corner here and here so I can adjust it front to back and whatnot. Then I went ahead, found my location for my bottom one, same as I did the upper one. I put a straight edge on the front face of those two pockets to keep them the same depth as well as the same angle, front to back. And then on the side, making sure they're all in line. So if you don't, these arms will swing and angle up or angle down in different directions. So you'll have some issues if you don't take your time and mount these brackets, these buckets just right. So take your time, do those right the first time. Make sure they're perfect. Clamp a bar in between each of these. I use this one by one. Swing them in and out, make sure it swings freely. And then you watch the door drop just a little bit when I first opened it. One of the reasons was these buckets inside the door weren't all the way in, they're just tacked in. So it still had a little bit of flex there. And so I got all those welded up. And I also put this 1x1 square tube, runs from the very top to the very bottom, and then welded in to the door, and it has no more flex. It's very solid. Works great, clears all the window channels, clears the window and everything. I stuck all that in there, made sure everything clears nicely, and we should have no issues with sag or the dropping of the door. Got the pockets welded in, pretty well ground out. The only part you're going to see on the outside is right here, on each of them. Then I'll clean those up with some body filler, make them look nice, and you'll never even notice. And what else? I need to fill this hole for the door latch, figure out how I'm going to do my wiring. I don't know if I'm going to put the wiring here or on this edge. I'll have to throw my panel on here and see how much room I got to play on this side. But I'm going to do some contacts, so as the door closes it makes contact with those pins and gives me an electrical circuit for my window motor and my door popper, so I can still open my door. Alright, there you go. That's what it looked like with the panel on there. We'll clean all this up, make sure it looks nice. Alright guys, so we're just finishing up some welding and whatnot back here for the C-pillar. You can see the hinge mounts that come through. I welded a 1x1 square tube to both the top and the bottom, and then to the C-pillar itself and the C-pillar brace, all the factory stuff, so it's nice and stiff back in there. I cut this out to get access down here so I can still pull my pins out. If I ever need to replace the bushings in here, I can get in there to do that, so that'll be nice. Everything's nice and clean. Just hitting it with the wire brush. I'll hit it with some Scotch-Brite and some cleaner, vacuum out all the dust, and get a nice coat of paint on it, and that'll be done. Put the pillar plastics back on, my seat belts, everything. The inside will be done. I'll put a little body filler on the outside today. Alright, finished up for today. Didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but got quite a bit done. Got the C-pillar sanded down, filled, and some primer on there. Ready to go. Got the interior panels back in. So you can see the seat belts still are out and work just like they should. Don't interfere with anything. Yeah, turned out really well. I think I'm gonna switch right here for my window motor and my door popper, as well as the dome light. So those will swing in and push the buttons in on this corner edge to make that contact, so I can still use my windows and open my doors. So turned out pretty well. I like it. Still more body work to do, obviously, but like I said, got everything in there sanded, smooth, coat of primer, should be good. Tomorrow I'll do the actual door side, finish some of those holes up and start filling all those. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make a panel or make this look any nicer or just leave it. Let me know what you guys would do if you try to dress that up at all. Keep in mind you have to keep these in and out and be able to adjust your door. So might just live with them. It doesn't look bad. Just kind of don't like how you can see this one bolt, but it is what it is. Yeah, hope you guys like them. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll start on this latch assembly as well. Get the cap side all the way done, and then I can focus on the door. It's getting hot here in California. Sitting out in the sun all day. It's really taking it out of me, so try to wrap this up. At least truck side, definitely tomorrow. And focus on the door, because I can take it in the garage and work on stuff in there. So it's coming along pretty nice. Yeah, hopefully you guys like what I'm doing here. It's pretty sweet if you ask me.